This is a HeadGum podcast.
So ever since Rachel's gotten her hair dyed, she's using this new shampoo called Shimmer Lights or whatever. And
Where are you going with this?
let's just say it's an interesting scent. I gotta say, it's really giving me that retirement home kind of feel. You know what I'm saying?
I was thinking more like urinal cake.
Oh, that's also something that it could be.
Everybody uses this product. Like, any person that's blonde has, said, use Shimmer Lights. And because it's really cheap. I mean, it's not, the most effective one. I mean, I'm sure there's way better shampoos out there. But, it
does
smells
something.
like an old lady. But it does work. I mean,
I used it one time. And, I'd like to think I'm a little bit more cool.
You're less brassy, Chris.
Yeah, I'm a little less brassy.
Hello, this is Coffee with Rachel, but today we are cheating on coffee with tea because Mama does not feel so good.
And it's late, and I just don't feel like having coffee. I've had a lot of coffee today, so.
I got the old ginger tea here.
I have some Earl
Grey. My stomach's fucked. What do you have?
Earl Grey.
Nice. What brand?
Trader Joe's.
Oh, really? I have, what is it,
Yogi? Yeah. Yogi Bear.
Yogi Bear. You like yoga tea? Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever. It's very, nice to calm the stem, if you will.
Yes, it's very nice. I'm Chris, by the way.
And I'm Rachel, and I'm sorry if I seem a little out of it. I just want these cramps to fuck off.
Yeah.
I've never felt so bloated.
They're coming out of, a bad time, but also a good time.
Oh, I know. It's right before I'm about to be really busy, but I kind of have a feeling that they're going to, really get me tomorrow when I have so much to do. The day that you're listening to this, I'm going to be, gone,
Dying.
girl. Yeah. Hopefully not dying, though. Wish me luck, guys.
Who knows? Maybe it will be at least a little bit better by dawn.
By dawn. Dawn? What do you mean by that?
The morning.
Oh.
Not the soap.
I was going to say, I don't think that's going to really work. I don't know. But anyway, so we don't really have a topic. Oh, wait. We did want to talk about childhood, just games that we used to play, games that we made up, things that were popular to play in your hometown,
Yes.
And we want to hear what you guys have played too, especially if it's one of these made up games that I feel like every kid just knows how to play. You're born and you just know how to play Red Rover and shit. But before we get into that, social media, there's been some things that have happened.
Or things that are going to happen.
In the works.
Yeah, so Twitter, which... Guys, you guys are really kind of cool. You guys gave me the 10K that I was striving for. And, you guys are just really nice. And thanks for thinking that I'm funny at some points. Because, that's a rarity. But Twitter is coming with some new updates, and all of them are things that I am really excited for.
It's usually not the case when a website is going to update.
That's like when Instagram says they're going to update, and
I'm
everybody's
scared.
ugh.
Same with YouTube. I'm like, fuck, what's it going to be? Remember when we used to be so invested in Facebook updates, and everyone would flip the fuck out, and now it's I'm pretty sure that app never looks the same every day.
The time that they added in the ticker with everybody's actions constantly updating, that was when the world exploded, but then Facebook's still popular.
I feel like most people left at that point. They were like, I just check it at the end of the day, and it's usually your friend is interested in an event near you. It's never a real notification. It's
a birthday, which is a notification.
Helpful, I guess.
I saw somebody post somewhere that Facebook now gives you the option to anybody that writes happy birthday to you. You can just press one button to thank them all.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
That's how...
They know that it's literally the birthday machine.
How disingenuous can we get with our birthday wishes?
Honestly, if Facebook reminds me that it's someone's birthday that I actually I don't write a Facebook post. I text them.
Yeah, I never wish anybody happy birthday on Facebook. I always,
I'll send them a text.
Yeah.
The least I could do is tweet them if I don't have their phone number.
True.
But usually I just I'll send them a text because I think it's a little bit more thoughtful. I don't know.
Yeah.
I remember there were like a couple of people I went to high school with, and they like didn't have their birthday listed because they were like testing all of us.
Oh my god, those people that were
Let's
like...
not be that crazy. Like, I don't expect you to know when the fuck my birthday is.
Yeah, you do not need to know when my birthday is. I do not care if you forget. There's like a million other things happening in everybody's lives.
Yeah, and my birthday month, February, is so many things.
Yeah.
Like, that whole month is like 100 holidays, 100 celebration months. Every president was born and dead. Like, so many things are happening. And
George Washington and Abraham Lincoln.
Oh, yeah. We used to get so many days off from school that month, and it was always right around my birthday.
A lot
and
of
it was
snow
always
days,
the
too.
best. True. And you got the leap year factor.
It's
so
the
people are
shortest
always
month.
Yeah, it is the shortest month.
It's very, very interesting time.
But
back to what Twitter is doing.
Yeah.
They are making it so they're not doing what they had said before when they were like, we're going to make it 10,000 characters instead of just 140, because that would literally be like Trump supporters making the biggest post ever.
It'd be like anti-feminist rants, like that Meninist Twitter account, or like...
Can you imagine just like scrolling and all just being like one tweet?
I would hate
That would be horrifying.
Twitter. I would leave.
I would honestly leave, yeah.
I'd go to Peach or whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so now they're having it so that they're gonna do all these like little subtle tweaks so that you can get more characters. So basically they're just like taking links and pictures and having those characters not count towards your 140 character limit, which I think is so fucking amazing, especially for me, because like when you post, when you make an Instagram post and you want to share it to your Twitter, instead of it being like all synced like it used to be,
The good old days.
you got to have like the Instagram link, and then if you want people to actually like want to look at your Instagram, usually I upload the photo to that, and so that also puts like the pic.twitter link.
Yeah, I do that too. I do the picture and the link.
By the way, if you're trying to like get more people to look at your Instagram page from Twitter, or like get people to actually pay attention to your photo post, like actually upload the photo to it. It really helps.
Yeah, definitely.
So those are like a little Twitter hack for you. But yeah, because like anytime I see someone that posts a photo from Instagram and it just has the Instagram link, like I will not click that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And but additionally with that too, quote tweets, like that takes up a little bit if you quote it, but that's not being counted towards it either.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The link one is so great because that's literally 2 links per tweet that I do. And so sometimes if my caption is a little too long on Instagram, I have to like make a different caption for Twitter. It's all stupid, but I'm just saying, like, for the brand.
It helps me out at work too, because my work is on Twitter and I'm sending links.
Do you guys like use Bitly links though?
Our own version of Bitly, but
like
yes.
shorten link.
Yeah. So that's just going to be fucking great.
Yeah, that'll be helpful. And also the @ does not count towards the count when you're replying to someone. So like say Chris makes a tweet and he's like, hey, I love Jar Jar Binks. And then I click on that tweet and I reply to it. The @Chris Considers part will not show up. But if I were to make a tweet that's just like @Chris Considers loves Jar Jar Binks, that was not like a direct reply to a certain tweet, then it counts. Which I think is smart. At first I was like, why the fuck would it still count though? And it's because, those like spammer people that are like, they would tag, if @ did not count when you're composing a tweet, then they would just like @ every single YouTuber in one tweet and then be like, check out my music on SoundCloud.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
It would be like
and that would just be
names.
like a huge thing showing up on your feed as well.
So Twitter fucking knows how to like
they
get that.
are
That was smart.
Yeah.
And isn't it now like @ replies will show up in the feed again instead of them?
Oh yeah, it's just
when you compose a tweet and it begins with an @ or is it when you're replying?
I still think it's like, if you're following both of the people, then you see the @ replies.
Okay.
I don't think you see the @ replies
when it's just like
when you're not following both of the people.
Yeah, because I was gonna say like I follow a lot of like Twitter supports for different brands, or like just brands in general. Like you don't even have to be a support. Like I see people asking Bare Minerals like questions, and I don't want to see them like replying to a bunch of people about like delivery inconveniences and shit.
Yeah.
So I would be muting a lot of brands if that was going to happen. But I guess
I remember they said that when they explained it more that was not going to happen. But like the @ replies where you're composing, that's going to show up without having to put the period in front.
Cool.
Which, is saving a character,
I always used to put a dash
Oh my God.
Just be a
You're not like
little
those other
different.
girls.
Yeah. That was my Converse.
So that's just really exciting.
I love it when a app updates.
Twitter's still my favorite social platform.
Yeah. You absolutely should be following us there if you're not already. You know where the links are. We don't have to shout it out.
It's shocking to think that Twitter's actually like not doing so hot as like a company.
Is it really?
They like, you know, how do you make money on
yeah,
Twitter?
they're having problems with like the sponsored ads.
They're just trying to still figure out like how to actually make decent money from it.
I mean, it's so funny because like Snapchat's killing it.
Yeah.
And they know how to now.
That
it's
Discover
like
page, man.
the Discover page, but now it's filters. Like the other day, fucking X-Men bought out every single filter and they got rid of all of the filters in the US. And then like people I follow on Snapchat, like some people like Nikki Tutorials, she's from the Netherlands, and she was like, haha, like she had the flower crowd and she was like, I still got this, like, because it's not being advertised there. But like that's like gonna be the new, I mean, there's usually like one or two sponsored filters like at the beginning. Yes. But like I've never seen it do the whole thing before, so I feel like that's
a little annoying.
It is. It was. I was like, cool. I love the regular.
I don't mind the
I don't mind the two. They're usually really ugly though. Have you noticed? There's usually like that Doritos or no, is it like Tostino's pizza roll and you become like a huge planet? That one I don't mind. Oh. Also the Taco Bell one was pretty sweet. I was a taco.
Oh, yeah, I remember the Taco Bell one.
But yeah, how is Twitter going to do shit like that, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, what are they going to do? I can't even think of anything other than...
It's just really like the ad tweets.
You know what? I feel like when a television show uses a certain hashtag, like any of the Shonda Rhimes show, they get like a special emoji. Is that a thing? Like, is Shonda paying to have that branding for Twitter? Is that how they make money?
That honestly could be, because on Twitch, actually, they have, like, their own set of, like, a huge list of, like, emojis that are, like, it's like a Twitch robot or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But then, like, in addition to that, they have other ones, too, and there are different streamers' faces that are, like...
Popular.
I guess popular in whatever face they make or something like that. I have no fucking clue. But, like, they have emojis that are of them. So who knows if that's, like...
paid for or something.
Something like that. That's
I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully this is interesting. I like talking about this kind of shit.
Do you ever think about the fact that, like, I think Snapchat, like, the people that are making those filters, like, that's some, like, advanced-ass shit there. I know. Like, that is wild that, like, my phone can do that crap. They did fuck up, though, like,
multiple times. Well, first of all, they're in a huge, heated, like, controversy right now because some of the filters that are, like, what everybody says are, like, the beautifying filters, or, like, the ones that make you look the most beautiful, they're, like, whitewashing, and they lighten everyone's skin, and they're under fire for it. And you know what? It's so fucking true.
I did not even think about that.
Yeah.
And that's...
Like, there's literally one that's called Beautify, and one of the main things that it does is, like, it brightens and lightens your skin and, like, smooths it over. And I think that's really fucked up. And I didn't think about it until I read it, and then I was like, wow, that's actually really...
It's actually
so
really
I don't know
true.
what they're going to do about it. If anything, they should, like, change the name, you know, especially.
Yeah, definitely. So lighten.
Yeah. Or, like, I can understand, like, why... Because, like, the lightning part, like, it takes away any, like, zit. So, like, that's probably what I'm assuming they were going for, but it definitely...
I'd like to hope to think they weren't going for specifically whitewashing, you know?
But, yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, those apps, the filters I was going to say, like, they also stole someone's art that they, like, did. They did, like, some graphic art, like, digital art. And then they took that art and made that into a filter to go over people's faces. And, like, a couple people noticed, and then they had removed it. And they, like, didn't credit that person, I guess. So,
that's shitty. That person should get royalties for that.
Yeah. Because I'm sure, like, Taco Bell and shit are paying, like, a lot of money. Definitely. To be up there. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
So that's an inside look on all of the social medias.
Yeah. Do we like the new Instagram update? I like the sleek. Like, there's no color now. So
I still hate the icon. I like the rest of the app. Yeah. Well, like in air quotes, because, you know, the app still kind of sucks.
And the fact that I can't flip it upside down will still always bother me.
Yeah. I want to know why Facebook takes like 5 years to load. Does it do that for you?
Yeah,
like,
it does
why?
that for me.
it doesn't even have to load Messenger anymore. That's a whole separate app. Like, what is taking it so long?
I know. I literally only have Messenger installed because that's the only thing I really need to check.
Oh,
because,
you don't have the...
I don't have like the Facebook app.
Oh,
yet.
yeah.
I just have the Messenger
yeah.
because like that's where we transfer like thumbnails and stuff that we need.
Literally, if you look at our conversation now, it's literally just like
for the
thumbnails.
last like 3 years, it's just been like Dropbox links and thumbnails and like audio bits.
Yeah, and then randomly there will be like those Pusheen cats or whatever.
Yeah,
just like sending those back.
Ooh, what is it? Business Fish. I love him.
Oh my god, breadfish.
Breadfish.
Tell me, have you?
Oh man, a classic. Didn't we put that up on the TV like right after we moved here?
I think so. Yeah. When I got my job at Microsoft,
yeah,
I had to do like an email to send to everybody that was like introductory to who I am, and one of the questions we had to answer was, "What's your favorite meme?" And I put that.
Oh, that's perfect.
Everybody was like, that's a respectable answer. That's pretty good.
Because it's like, it's classic. It's also totally harmless and friendly.
Not overdone.
Yeah, not overdone. Like, people don't really think about breadfish that often. And, like, you might not even know what the fuck we're talking about. We'll link it.
If you don't, Google it. We'll link it.
We'll
you gotta
tweet
see
it.
this magic.
And it's just, I think actually the website itself, like, is gone, but
no, I think
it still exists on YouTube.
No, it's still there.
Oh, it's still there?
I check in.
Maybe I would just like couldn't, yeah. I remember there were like a couple of websites that were niched like that. I remember like when we first started using the internet, it would be like hamsterdance.com.
Oh my god.
And then there was like Fishy Dance.
Was Nyan Cat its own website?
I think so. Like webpage. And then there was like some cow one as well.
Those were the good times.
Yeah.
You know, when it was just web pages that did one random thing.
One hit wonders.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were really the days.
Those were the days of double rainbow.
I don't know what fucking thing I would say if I were having to make an email breaking the ice. I would be like my favorite meme and it would just be a picture of like Jar Jar Binks. No, it would be Baby Grinch.
Oh, Baby Grinch. Yeah. Another one that might be a little bit too niche, but also great, is Blurry Mike Wazowski. I really love that one.
That was good. I love that.
Just like Mike Wazowski, like seeing him like on the covers of the movies, but still covered up, you know, with like a sticker or something. It's funny.
I love that. Did you guys hear that they're adding a bunch of Pixar and Marvel and Star Wars and other stuff to Netflix because Netflix is going to have Disney shit now?
Yeah, they like signed an exclusive deal with Disney to get like Netflix to be the place to go, like for when things release for the home, like DVD, digital, whatever release. Like, I'm assuming that they're gonna get all of the Pixar, all of the Disney, all of the Lucasfilm.
I'm so excited.
So like Finding Fucking Dory,
which
comes out next month.
The Disney Channel original movie marathon from like the old Disney Channel original movies, that's this fucking weekend, and this is the weekend that we're not going to be able to watch TV at all. Like,
yeah, and it sucks because they actually just added to the Disney Channel to Sling, which is how we watch TV.
I'm so sad. It's fine. They'll do it again, I think. I think they're supposed to be doing it through like all of June.
Oh, okay,
but like,
cool.
I just got to make sure I see Eddie's $1 Million Cook-Off with Bobby Flay and The 13th Year. I mean, there's many other ones that I want to see, but those are like, and Johnny Tsunami.
Yes.
Those are like my top three. Chris has like not seen any Disney Channel original movie.
I've seen The Luck of the Irish. I remember that one.
Oh, that's like the worst one.
Yeah, I know. It's the one I fucking remember actually like seeing. Yeah. It's not like I was actively like, oh man, I got to see that. I just watched it one day.
That's why, like, if they still are playing them throughout June, I'm going to make you watch all of them with me because they are all classic and they all raised me to be who I am.
Actually, it's Merman. Is that one?
That's the 13th Year.
That's 13th Year.
And that's got Dave Coulier as the dad from Full House.
Interesting.
Yeah. And they're like, so he's a mermaid? Merman. It's like, it's iconic. But
similarly, I saw today that people on the internet were very mad because Zac Efron said that he hates High School Musical.
Oh, I'm sure he does. Has he seen Bet on It? But, I mean, I think that's artistic genius.
I mean, they are, classic meme quality material.
Honestly,
there.
how can you hate what gave you the start?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, he was on Summerland, like, before he closed his Gap. Man. Summerland was such a good show. Has anybody ever seen that? It started so dramatically. It's like this two brother and sister. It's Jesse McCartney and then I think it was like a Panabaker. I don't remember. And their parents get like blown away in a tornado. So they move in. Yeah, literally. And this is the pilot. And then they move in with fucking Aunt Becky from Full House, who's living on the beach. And it's kind of like the OC. And just a lot of shit happens. And it's Jesse McCartney in a wetsuit for a lot of it.
Oh, okay.
And then Zac Efron pops up. And yeah.
Okay, yeah, I feel that.
It was a really good show.
Speaking of OC, I'm really, really enjoying the OC, like way more than I thought I was going to enjoy the OC.
It's like the only thing that gets annoying is like before I used to love Seth Cohen, and now that I am 24 and watching it, I'm like, God damn it, he's such a meninist.
Yo, Seth Cohen in season 1 was funny and like
season 2, Seth Cohen, meninist.
He is so annoying. Honestly, season 2 has not been that lit, but I'm still going through the motions.
I'm in it for Julie Cooper. Julie Cooper's like the villain, but not really, that you stand for. Also, Charles Widmore for Lost playing.
Yeah, what is his name? We literally call him Charles.
Caleb Nickel.
Yeah.
That guy is literally in everything, playing like the evil rich mogul. Like
he does it so well,
and he's perfect. He's just like Logan Huntsberger's dad.
Yes.
Oh my God, his name just escaped me. Mitchum. And now he's playing Donald Trump on Scandal. Like, literally, they're doing that on purpose, where they made him play, like, Donald Trump.
And I love Shonda, because I know, like, she was just like, we gotta do this, and it's just so perfect.
I know. Oh, I found out some news about Callie leaving Grey's Anatomy, actually.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah, because we watched, spoilers, sorry guys, we watched the finale of Grey's, and, like...
It's not really a spoiler, but...
Nothing... crazy happened.
Like, literally, she is going to just be, like, living in New York, but then, like, so basically a week or two before, like, the finale, the girl that plays Callie, Sarah Ramirez, like, tweeted, like, I'm rapping, just filmed my last scene as Callie Torres, like, blah, 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 season 12 or whatever we're on, right? And I'm like, oh shit, like, is that a goodbye? And then literally after the finale, she wrote like a long ass post basically being like, yo, like, I'm done. That was actually my last scene. And like, you know, Shonda, like, if a character leaves a show, they usually give them like a crazy send off. They're either dead in like a horrible way. Christina Yang got like an entire season dedicated to her leaving the show. And then, like, just, like, what they did with Derek and everything. Like, they just really...
I was really surprised.
But I found out why they didn't give her a send-off. Shonda did not know she was going to be leaving. She had a whole plan for Callie for season 13. It was going to be, like, her living in New York, but, like, still in the show. And...
Interesting. I wonder how that worked, like contractually.
I don't know. What's she done?
Okay, because that makes a lot more sense, because it was anticlimactic shocking. And, like, not a lot of things happened.
Sad. She's, like, the only, like, bisexual on TV that talks about being bi, says the word, and is, like, the only one that is, like, in committed relationships. Like, they made Arizona the cheater, and, you know, it was just, like, a great portrayal.
And now watching the OC and what's her
when
name?
They do the shit with Marissa Cooper, and... I mean, that was, like, my sexual awakening also, but, like, goddamn. They literally, like, they have Olivia Wilde playing a bisexual. She's literally dating men and women, and they keep calling her an angry lesbian. And I'm like, you guys really need to, like, figure out
she
what's
was,
happening.
like, sort of dating Seth.
No, she was straight up dating him. They broke up.
I mean, I was confused as to, like, what the fuck they were doing. But, like, you know, they were doing stuff, and then she starts going out with Marissa, and all of a sudden she's just a lesbian.
Yeah, and then Marissa, they're like, oh, so now you're gay. And it's like, well, she was dating Ryan, so...
They're just...
It's just like Orange is the New Black. They're like, nope, we're not calling Piper bi. No, she's now a lesbian, but she was once a straight. So there's no, like...
No in between.
There's no in between that. It's like she was a former straight and now is a current gay. You know?
It's really great.
I'm actually kind of excited for Orange is the New Black to come back.
That's a comeback this month.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, June. Yep.
Something else comes back this month, too.
Oh, God.
I don't know.
I'm not
You can tell, like, we're not really, like, that caught up on our TV shows. Still haven't watched any of the new Orphan Black season. I don't know why. I'm just so behind.
TBH,
Maybe June will be the month of like catching up on shit.
I kind of want to rewatch the last season.
Yeah, the last season was
before
a
watching
lot.
it again.
I agree.
Yeah, that's definitely something I think I want to do.
So, shall we talk about games?
Yeah, games. So, like, let's talk about not like board games first, like games you did.
Games that you like made up or like were like physical games.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, all right, we all played the Duck Duck Goose. Like, I'm not going to go there.
Well, yeah.
But we used to play this game called Baby in the Air. Did you ever play this?
Explain it and maybe I'll tell you.
Okay, so it's like you have a ball and you throw it up in the air and you say like baby in the air number, and then you call out a random number, and then I don't really remember the rest, but basically like when you call out a certain number, like somebody had to go get the ball and then you had to like you froze when they caught onto it, you know what I mean? And then if you couldn't freeze in time, then you got like a B and you had to like spell out the word baby. Does that make sense?
So it's like horse, but just
like freeze tag.
Freeze tag horse.
Yeah, and I think you had to pelt someone with the ball. I remember games used to be real violent.
Yeah. Did you play like horse ever? Like just
basketball
the
horse?
regular, yeah.
Oh yeah. I suck.
Yeah, I was never good. I was always actually spelling out the word.
Yeah, me
fully.
too. I always got to whore and I was like, damn it.
Yeah.
Here I am again.
But a game that I used to play that was similar to what you were describing, I'm sure everybody has too, is just basically like we basically just called it like keep it up, and it was just like
you had to keep the ball in the air.
Yeah, and we added an extra layer because I had a trampoline, and so
that's so fun. I know. What you're talking about.
A lot of times it was just like going out of
bounds.
Because
did you ever fly off the trampoline and like really fuck yourself up?
No, my trampoline had a net around it. Yeah.
Okay,
so that added a lot.
That's bougie.
Yeah.
That's like your parents care, you know? It was my neighbor's house, and we had a trampoline, and we would do the thing where like you all jump at the same time, and then one person goes like hella.
We did that too.
And it's like like Gone Girl. And I remember, so like they had like an above ground pool, and we would do this shit like in the winter when it's like frozen. Mm-hmm. And one time, her little brother like flew in the pool.
Oh my god!
And like it was not good, guys. Like it wasn't good.
That's fucking funny.
Oh man!
Thinking about that trampoline though, man, it's just unlocking so many.
I love trampolines. I never got to have one, but man, they were fun.
We spent so much time on the trampoline because out of all my friends, I was the one that had the trampoline.
Oh, so like you're the house, you know?
My house was the house to go to. Like,
mine was like avoid me.
My mom was chill, and like we would just hang out in the basement. And it had a huge basement with like game consoles and stuff.
Picture
like that.
geeky Eric Foreman, no weed, just cats.
Yeah, just cats.
I mean, he is geeky, though.
We had a fire pit in the backyard. We just had...
You didn't have a pool, did you?
Not a pool. That was Mike's house. He had the pool and the jacuzzi.
Oh, a jacuzzi. Isn't it in ground?
They were both above ground.
Above ground jacuzzi?
Yeah.
Oh, my aunt and uncle had one of those.
Oh, yeah.
See, my friend Carolyn, this was like high school, though. She had the house. And her parents also were notorious for going on, like... fucking romantic getaways all the time, so the house would be like empty, and we had so many fun times. And she had a beautiful in-ground pool, a jacuzzi, but the jacuzzi never worked, but that wasn't really a problem, you know?
Yeah.
And there was always like they would go to, I think it was like Bermuda or something, like every February for like 2 weeks, and for 2 weeks straight it would be lit, and it was so fun.
That sounds like a great time.
But yeah, she was like the house in high school. In elementary school was like my neighbor that had the trampoline and everything.
Yeah.
And she also had like all of the cool, like not video game stuff, but like pogo sticks and like stilts and I don't know, like scooters and
weird things like that. Yeah,
all of like the outdoor activities, chalk, like everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel that.
Oh man, chalk! I could really fuck up a chalk. Were you the kind of person that like just scribbled, or were you like the smooth bench that like got every nook and cranny like really colored?
Scribble.
Okay, because I was nook and cranny. I would literally, like, use one entire chalk box on, like, one weekend.
Yeah.
Like, I was that person.
See, in my backyard, you remember this, I had, like, that drainage ditch that was, like, ran... Like,
Yeah.
you would go into my backyard, there'd be this, like, ditch that's, like, a concrete, like, basically, like, tube thingy, and then, like, my neighbor's yard after that, and so...
Did you chalk that?
Yeah, that's where we chalked.
Oh, we did the
That's
driveway.
where we chalked.
We did the driveway.
I mean, we also did the driveway and stuff, too.
Did I ever tell you about Wormy?
No.
Oh my god. So I'm like really, really young, and I take a liking to a certain worm that was hanging out in my fucking...
You're
like,
so weird.
You never had a worm?
No, I can't say that I have.
Okay, guys, I am not the only person that became fond with a worm at a young age. Like, come on, please, talk to me. No. Fuck you, Chris. Anyway, so
You're just hanging out with a worm in your imaginary
his name
cat.
was Tigery. Listen, it has layers here. His name was Tigery because he had stripes. And one day my dad like decided to like repave the driveway. And then
dear Lord.
Forever, and it's still there. There is a worm-shaped hole, like literally a fossilized worm. Because of course he was stuck there, and then he like died, and literally all you see is a little worm.
Oh my god!
And it's still fucking there. Isn't that dark?
That's very dark.
Yeah.
One of your friends is forever like emblazoned on your driveway.
Isn't it like Han Solo when he becomes like concrete for a little while? Yeah. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like that. One day Tigery will return.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to think of other games. I mean, we had
Manhunt?
well, duh.
Everybody's played Manhunt.
Those were the fucking days when you weren't worried about being kidnapped and you were just like
This is
hiding
what
in a
suburban
bush.
kids did.
Yeah.
I mean, we narrowed it to just like the block that like my house was on, which was like a very elongated block. So like
Okay.
those were like our bounds, and you know.
I feel like in your neighborhood there's not a lot of places to hide. You don't have like a lot of tree.
Some people's backyards, there's a lot of trees, and also just like random fixtures and
We had
pools
some
and
good
stuff.
places.
It always ended up with somebody jumping into my neighbor's pool, and then we all just went in the pool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Because we had, like, my one neighbor had a shed, and it was, like, backed up against, like, a bush, and there was, like, a sliver of room back there, and that was, like, my spot. I would always
Yeah.
go there.
I had a shed that I hid
We had
behind, too.
walkie-talkies also.
Oh, damn. You
Oh,
guys
yeah,
were
and,
advanced.
like, you had to be quiet about it, though, because, like, you didn't want the people that were, like, trying to find you, but you could, like, talk to your friend, yeah.
We literally were, like, when we gave up, we were yelling Ollie Ollie Oxenfree. Like,
Oh, yeah, we did that shit.
yeah.
I remember, like, we played it, so, like, you know, you do that when you're, like, a kid, and then I remember, like, halfway through high school, we were, like, all having a party at a friend's house, and we just decided to do it.
Yo, us too. We were like, yo, man, you remember like Manhunt?
Remember that?
Yeah, like, that was so fun.
And I remember I was the last one to be found, and I was wearing, like, tights, and I was
Oh,
in a
God.
bush, and I was, like, covered in twigs. Like,
Oh,
twigs were
yeah.
stuck to my tights. When we had,
Good times.
when we would go to Cape Cod and visit my cousin, and we would play the same thing in his neighborhood, and he lived in a cul-de-sac,
Okay.
and it's got all forest down to a pond. So,
Okay.
like, a lot of places to hide, pretty much. He had, like, a tree house and shit, too, that was really lit. But I remember in the cul-de-sac, there was, like, this big, giant, like, formation of all these different bushes that are all, like, pristine, you know?
Okay.
And we would hide in there.
Oh, interesting.
And, yeah, bugs. I just, like, think about that. But we had, in my backyard, we had, like, a metal jungle gym kind of treehouse situation. It had, like, poles and had, like, swing set.
Okay.
And it was just like the hornet's nest.
Oh, yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Oh man, that's where I got my first bee sting.
Ooh, God.
But we would like play up there. I don't know what we would play. My sister also played this game called Orphanage, which is like literally all she would do is okay, this is probably so embarrassing, but she would call herself Mrs. Seaweed, and she would literally just like make me her slave, and she would just like make me do shit. And that was literally the game. And so,
Love that.
and I never got to be Mrs. Seaweed. So it would literally be like, go get me pretzels, like go get me my blanket, like just random shit.
Way back in the day, like when I was really young, there was a sandbox in my backyard that my dad
shit.
made, and eventually we just stopped putting sand in there, and so it turned into this like
Just became
weird
the square.
sand, dirt, rock mess, and like me and my sister, we would like get random like weeds and stuff from the yard and just grab random like twigs and shit and put it all in there, and like this is usually after it's rained, so it's a little wet, and we'd mix it all together and we'd be pretending we were making a pie for a giant.
Oh, that's cute. My sister just tried to suffocate me with a pillow. Like, that's so cute. I mean, I already told you about my Beanie Baby Brigade.
Yeah.
Where I would line them all up by, like, genus. And then
file them.
And, like, then I would, like, one by one, they would fall from the top of the stairs. And I did it, like, every Saturday. Like, every Saturday you'd
by
find me.
Genus.
And then there would be the last, at the end of it, would be, like, the one that I didn't have two of. So it would be, like, the elephant, the iguana, and, like, the ostrich. And I was like,
the
they're all
odd ones
fucked.
out. Yeah.
They're all fucked, guys.
I'm trying to think of more games
That were like outside.
Yeah, back to on the trampoline. I can remember a couple that we did. We would take just like a bucket and hang it at the top of one of the poles, and we would play like trampoline basketball, except it was a lot more just like tackling each other and like pushing each other, because like we could throw each other into the sides and we wouldn't fall off. Or,
yeah, I
like,
did not have that luxury.
and so then, like, it was basically just us trying to, like, slam dunk it, because, like, you could jump on the trampoline and then jump really high.
Yeah.
And so that was something we did. We also played, like, sometimes we'd have, like, 6 people on this trampoline at once, which was a lot because it wasn't, like, huge or anything. Mm-hmm. And so there's, like, poles at, like, each of, like, the 8 corners of it to hold up the net, and so those would be like, if you there's one person that's like it's kind of like tag, everybody else you have to be touching a pole, and like you're just trying to like move around to different poles, but the one person standing in the middle trying to like tag anybody that's moving.
Oh, I see what you mean.
But you could only hold on to a pole for like a couple of seconds before you like had to move.
I wish I could remember other games. I mean, it was mostly like you all jump at the same time and you see who gets to like get launched.
Oh, yeah.
And then the one where you put like a ball on the trampoline and you try to dive away from it, like you can't have it hit you.
Yeah.
Or the one where like you're just trying to keep the ball like literally on it.
Yeah, I did all that shit too. What about pool games?
Oh, fuck me up. I loved pool games, man. I like wish I could just go play some pool games. Like I had so much fun. First, we had these like my sister's like best friend, her cousin had like a pool in our neighborhood, and so we would all hang out there, and they had like these clear, like they were all different colors and they looked like little like gems. Yeah. And you'd throw them at, and it was like you had to collect them all.
Oh my god, we did something exactly like that. Oh, except it wasn't clear gems.
They were like slightly translucent, so you could lose them.
Yeah. We had some that were like that, but do you remember what pogs were?
Yeah.
Okay, so Mike had a ton of pogs, and he would throw them all into the pool, and then we would try and, like, collect them with our eyes closed.
We used to do it at the pool, like, at our, like, community pool.
Oh, okay, yeah,
We used to do it with, like, loose change. So, like, I know, it sounds such trash, but it's what we did. And, like, remember when I told you, like, it would be summertime and they would have, like, pool, like, fun days, activities, and you did Grease the Melon, which was the other pool game, which, if you don't know what that is, it's literally you take a watermelon and you put a shit ton of Vaseline on it, and then it's just all of these dudes, because, like, everybody else is just kind of like, I can't do this. And it's usually, like, just, like, 3 to 5 dads that are just like holding onto the watermelon. Your goal is to get it to like your end of the pool or whatever. But it usually breaks because like it's extra.
It was a watermelon?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was Grease the Melon. And then we would do it with sometimes you would wrap it in duct tape and then grease it up. Isn't that so random?
This is like the shit that we did, you know. Look up from your devices, guys.
I know.
We're greasing watermelons.
Like, who cares if you're on NASA's website trying to apply? Like, you could be greasing that melon. Like, I still grease these melons every day. How do you think they stay so supple, you know? But yeah, another game that we would do at that pool is this one person would, like, dump, like, a huge bucket of change, and then it would be like, whoever gets the most money, first of all, you got to keep it.
Okay.
And then it was like, whoever got the most. And I was so bad at it because I was a nail biter, so I couldn't pick any of this shit up. We also did it with golf balls because they were white and they kind of like blended to the sea floor. Yes. And by sea, I mean the pool.
The sea floor, yes.
All right, when you were a little kid, like if you looked underwater, were you like slightly scared that you were going to see a shark, even though like you knew it was not possible?
No, that was just you.
Because like our pool, like the deep end where the diving board was, it got to like 12 feet. Okay. And I just used to be like afraid to like kind of make eye contact over there.
Damn. I know.
I
was not thinking that.
But every time it would rain, the next day there would be a lot of frogs in the pool. And it would be like you had to help the pool people like get the frogs out of the pool before they died, basically. So that was a fun activity. I loved going to the pool the day after it rained.
I only ever really went to like Mike's pool. I never really went to like the community pool.
It's not fun. A baby always shits.
Yeah.
And then they have to get everybody out.
Yep.
And then they have to like detox the pool, or it rains, and then they're all like, get out of the pool.
Thunder, as soon as you hear thunder, it's like everybody out. Meanwhile, we would like go swimming in the middle of thunderstorms. Not the smartest idea we've had.
I had my first marriage at the pool. I was like probably like 7 or 8.
Oh, I love that.
And we like walked down an aisle. I literally wore a dress that day.
I love that. Mike's pool was a circular one, which was weird, but we would also try...
Aren't like all above grounds circular?
You're right. Okay, it's not weird at all. But like,
I didn't mean to drag you. It's just like, have you seen a square one?
All right, whatever, Rachel. You don't have to do this.
Sorry.
But we would just walk around the outside and try and make the strongest whirlpool that we could.
Oh, we did that.
Yeah, that was always fun.
Did you do categories? Because that's like my fucking favorite.
Explain. I think I have by explain it.
It's where you have one person at one end of the pool and then the rest of the people at the other end. And the person, they'll be like, all right, vegetables. And then they call out green bean. And then if that's you, you swim across. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh my God. Also, sharks and minnows.
Oh yeah, we did that. I
don't remember exactly how you play that, but I just remember the name.
Yeah.
Also,
it might have been tag related, but like watery tag. Also, underwater deep dives.
Oh, I know how you do sharks and minnows. It's like everybody's on one side of the pool. There's a shark. They can't. Their eyes are closed, and everybody has to try and silently get to the other side without the shark like hearing you and touching you. Yeah,
I remember that now.
Yeah, that was
Marco
fun.
Polo's.
That's a classic, Marco Polo.
There was like always the sketchy people that had the goggles that were like metallic reflective, and you never
those
know.
assholes.
Yeah, you never
wear the goggles. Like you weren't allowed.
Yeah,
those were
the days. I loved categories. That was my favorite one.
We had a really dumb game. It wasn't even really a game. It was just like fish out of water, and we would just like basically 2 people. It was 3 of us, and so 2 of us would take. One would take the feet. One would take the arms of one person. We would like swing them and just throw them into the pool.
Okay.
It was very interesting and random.
Yeah. Did you have like variations of cannonballs to like? You know what I mean?
No.
Like you had like the one like okay, never mind.
Did you have variations?
Because I knew how to get like a good splash. Okay, whatever. So anyway, could you dive? Have you ever dove?
I have never really mastered that.
I could dive. I could do a backwards dive for a little while there, and then I started getting like scared of it because then someone like did it and fucked up.
Oh yeah.
And then I was like, not doing that.
Not interested.
But I used to be able to.
Did you have swimming class in high school?
Oh yeah, it was the worst. It was middle school actually.
Oh, middle school, okay.
Which is like even worse. We're all got triangle boobs, and everybody's
like at the height of puberty.
You all have a crush on someone, and you feel horrible wearing a bathing suit in front of them. That's literally my. Oh man, it was the worst. But we would play some fun games. There was one where like we took boogie boards, like the foam little boards. So we would like prop them up, like you'd make like 2 and you prop them up into like a little point,
Okay.
And you put them all at the edge of the pool, and then everybody would get in the pool, and then you would kick the water until it made waves until you could knock over the boogie boards that were like on the side of the pool.
That's fun.
Yeah,
we played a lot of water polo. Like,
we
not
did that.
like real intense, but like
little kid
Yeah.
We did water aerobics because, like, at first you had to do all the stupid shit, and then, like, you had to learn how to snorkel, and you had to fucking be in a canoe and play canoe tag, or learn what to do if your canoe tips over. Literally, how the fuck? I would love to know that I didn't learn anything at all important about reproductive health, but I could tell you how to survive your canoe tipping over. That's the Pennsylvania education, I must say.
Yo, I didn't learn any of that shit in swimming. I literally just learned different strokes.
Oh, we learned that too. We had like big canoes, and then they would have the fucking guys, they would have them flip you over, which is already like not fun. And then there was always like one guy that'd be a little bit too violent with it that you know is probably violent now in life, and he was just like always sketch. And then you'd flip over and you'd be under the canoe, and you'd have to like breathe under there for a little bit until
what the fuck, man? This is like military training over here. What the hell?
That's literally why the fuck did we do that? Like, honestly, explain to.
But you know, taxes. How do you file them?
Yeah, like also any of that. Oh man,
interesting shit, man.
I know. We got to learn about Christopher Columbus and how to survive a canoe tip, and then.
Not anything important for life.
I don't know anything. Onomatopoeia and the Golgi bodies.
Oh my god, Sokotoa.
What is that?
That's like a math thing to remember what sine, cosine.
Notice how I didn't. It's gone.
Remember what sine, cosine, and tangent like do?
I don't remember what they do, but I remember them as like my enemies. And the old Pythag. You know, the Pythagorean theorem. That one I can actually fucking do. And mole. I surprisingly was really good at mole.
Yo, moles are hard as fuck.
That was the only math-related thing that I fucking understood, and it was because it was chemistry and I like science.
Okay.
And
I
that was
had a hard time
chemistry
with moles.
Was hard, but I liked it.
Yeah.
You know? Fucking everything else. Parabolas. Oh, I had the calculator that, you know, basically does all the work for you, and I still couldn't figure out parabolas.
Yeah. Man, I mean, I have spent a lot of time with a parab.
I know, I can understand, but it just wasn't really for me, man. And that was when I was, like, in class, and my best friend was next to me, and we were just dumb, and we would just, like, you know, talk and giggle and, like, write
messages
funny stuff
yeah.
and, like, draw really funny things, and, like, we just didn't pay attention, and that was the year that I failed. And I had to take it in the summer, and it was because I also had Miss Felmuth, aka Miss Failmath, because she was a horrible teacher. And then I had to take it in the summer, and I literally picked it up so quick because I had one of my friends teach me how to do it.
Oh,
and he was like really good at math, but also like not one of those weirdos that's like hard at like explaining it. Like he was just. Oh, yeah, I could never learn. Chris tried to teach me how to, like, really be good at calculating tip, like, really quickly, and never worked. And
just
then,
the way that I do it in my mind and the way that you do it in your mind are just different.
Yeah, we're different.
We're different.
But the same. Just kidding.
So, I was just thinking, like, what about board games?
Oh, another classic place for me to be.
So, the classic Monopoly.
Monopoly was, like, my least fave.
Yeah?
Not my least. But my number one fave was Clue.
Oh, yeah. I knew it was Clue.
I think it was because of all the little miniature weapons I liked.
Yeah.
Like, I loved the little, like, rope.
Who were you? Scarlet?
I was Miss Scarlet because she got to go first.
Yeah.
And that's literally the only reason why.
I was never the Colonel. I was always...
I bet you were Mr. Green.
Yeah, I was Mr. Green.
Aww. That's
or
like the...
Plum.
Oh, Sometimes
I went for the Plummo.
What about Mrs. White?
Sometimes I went for Mrs. White, too. I'm trying to remember what all of the characters
I had the second
were.
Clue game that, like, talked, and they had, like, extra characters. And they got really, like, Gatsby-like. It's very interesting.
I know you never played Risk.
No, I only played the Xbox One version.
Oh, my God. I always really wanted to play Risk, but... Like no,
it was too risky.
Well,
you couldn't
like,
do it.
That one, you think Monopoly takes long. That takes like even longer, and nobody wanted to sit down with me and play it for that long. And so I just like had them, but never really played them, and I'm sad about it.
I liked Monopoly, but I hated the math aspect. So virtual Monopoly has been pretty great.
I really enjoy video game versions of some of these games because they take out a lot of the like
the hard part, like having to deal out the money. Oh, yeah, the cleanup.
Although there is something about, having that.
Did you put a 500 under free parking?
Yes.
Okay, good. And like all of the utility bills and shit would go to free parking, and then if you went on it, you'd get money. Okay. Yeah. People that don't play with free parking perks are honestly sick.
Like, what's the
not in a cool
point?
way. Like, what are you?
Also, if anybody does like you land on go and you don't get double, like 400 instead of 200.
I never played like that, but I'm currently cool with that vibe because it helps. You know,
it does help. I had 1 year I got make your own Monopoly, and I made my own Monopoly,
what
and
kind?
you can only guess what the theme was. What's like my number
Harry
one?
Potter.
Yes,
yeah,
it was Harry Potter.
What were some of the spaces?
I mean, it was like basically characters.
You had like
this was like around the
train,
time that
Hogwarts Express.
Probably only like Sorcerer's Stone and maybe Chamber of Secrets had like been a movie, so like. You know, still early on. It was just basically a lot of characters from the first movie.
Yeah.
Book.
I could, like, if you were going to do forms of transportation, it would have been, like, the Hogwarts Express for, like, the different trains, the railroads.
Oh, yeah, for
you
the
would
railroad.
Do Hogwarts Express, like, I don't know, Hedwig.
I think it did.
He's flying.
I think it did the flying car.
Flying car. What
like,
about the skinny-ass bus?
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, the night bus.
Yeah. Nagini, because, like, they slither. Like,
and I probably did, like, the boats that the first years take, too.
What about a broom?
Oh, yeah, probably did a broom.
Or those horse-drawn carriages, but the horses are really fucked.
The Thestrals.
Yeah. I'm trying to know things.
Yeah, I am always.
I haven't seen those movies in years.
I'm up for a rewatch of the movies.
We should.
I would really enjoy that. We did the only time we did that was when we were on vacation at the Jersey Shore.
Yeah,
and you know, great thing to be doing there, watching the entire Harry Potter series.
Yeah,
but like you know, watching them not on a laptop.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That would be good.
I didn't even realize we never did watch them on like an actual screen. Okay.
Yeah.
We can do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
I never did any like make your own games. I had the Lost game, and like
that just sounds like it would lose me.
It was so complicated, and I don't think we ever actually got to play it because we couldn't figure it out. Like it was so complicated. Yeah. But I would love to play that now because maybe I'd be better about
I'm
reading
sure
the
we'd
instructions.
probably be able to figure it out.
I'm a big Scrabble player, and that's like the only board game we really have.
Was like Scrabble household, and that was not my life.
Like my uncle would always play with my dad, and like there was like rivalry, and like my grandparents
pulling out like actually the dictionary.
Yeah, my grandparents were like they were crossword freaks, so like they were obsessed with Scrabble too.
Okay,
and I feel like I was always really good at it just because I played it so often, and like
you are really good at it. You're a good wordsmith.
Can we play that tonight? Yeah. Honestly, that would be so fun and relaxing. I love that game so much.
I think it's up above the fridge somewhere, but yeah, we have a Scrabble board here.
I love it. I love that game so much. Also, we had this game called, I don't know what it was, but it had like some sort of like dry erase board kind of element to it, and it was like trivia. I'll never be able to remember it now.
Pictionary?
No, it was like a newer game that like wasn't, like a classic game.
God.
It had like a blackboard.
I know what you're talking about.
It had a weird name too, like something up maybe. I don't know. Couldn't tell you.
I feel like the characters that were for that game, like the mascots were like little blobs.
I don't know.
Oh, God. Oh, man.
What about those games where like you got a little piece of clay to play with them too? And they had like orange and purple packaging, and like they were like wild and extra, and you kind of got to like act things out and draw things, and
that's what I'm trying to think of.
Oh, that's not what I was thinking of then. But yeah, those games, they were really popular, and I
honestly don't even know what I'm thinking of.
Do you like Life?
I love Life.
That's a fun game.
I really love that game.
I like the sound that spinner makes.
Oh yeah,
it's a good sound.
Now let's think of some classics. Candyland.
Oh, it's great.
I love Candyland.
It's just fabulous, and no one ever has an easy ride. You think you're doing good, and then you fucking hit one of those like black spaces or whatever.
I was always a fan of Mr. Mint. That was my favorite in the Candy Cane Forest. That was my shit. I loved hanging out there, even though it was like towards the beginning of the board.
I liked the muddy guy.
Oh, yeah.
Even though he was not someone you wanted to be around.
No, I don't think anything good happened in his realm.
But he was just chill, He didn't really mean anything by it.
How about Chutes and Ladders?
Oh, that game is basic, honestly.
No, it's not. That is also a game that is very hard.
What about Trouble?
Trouble is very good.
That was a great one. I'm trying to think of like other ones.
Hungry Hippos.
Oh, fuck yeah. That's just like, hey, you want to hurt your palm of your hand? Did you ever play shit like Yahtzee or Othello, is it?
I've played like virtual Yahtzee, never played like real life Yahtzee.
Oh.
Othello,
and what's the one with
is.
like Rummy Cube?
Rummy Cube?
Yeah, that one.
Rummy Cube? Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I never really figured that one out either, but I would play it.
How about
the one with like the little rocks and you moved them in like a little wooden dish?
Mancala.
Yeah.
I loved that game so much. We played that so much, Mancala, in my house.
Was
oh
soothing.
My god. I love that game.
Soothing.
Holy shit. I got really good at that game.
Fucking the Operation.
Oh yeah, Operation. Oh,
Twister.
I just found out that the guy that made Operation, he actually never received like any royalties from making that game. And like he at one point in his life, he actually had to have an Operation, and he had to have like a crowd-funded like thing to get the money for it because he never received any money for that game.
Okay.
So that's an interesting fact.
That's a dark tidbit. What about they were like Tinker Toys, and they were ugly, but you could build a bunch of shit with them.
No, never had that.
They're kind of like the old school version of like Kinects or whatever.
Had the Kinects.
You had the Kinects.
Yeah, had the Legos. That was like number one Legos. Boom.
I didn't have a lot of like building games. I had every Barbie thing. You know what I mean? And I also had every, like, puzzle. I was super into puzzles. I still honestly am into puzzles.
Like, I definitely had some puzzles, not as intensive with it as you guys were, but yeah.
Yeah, we would do that. Like, we would watch TV, and we'd have, like, the card table out with the puzzle. And, like, I had this little, like, you know those gold reading lamps that are, like, kind of long cylinders?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man, those were some...
I wish we had, like, more of a board game selection, even though it's just us two, and usually, like, it would be, like, 2-player.
Yo, you know what I really wish we had that would not take up a lot of space?
What?
You remember those, like, tubes of sand with random objects in them, and you had a list, and you had to, like, tilt this tube to,
until
like,
you saw them all. I love that shit.
Yeah, that was a really fun
I
thing.
like any kind of, like, I Spy... Because I feel like I have good vision, and I also really like looking at small details. So
Where's Waldo?
Yeah, Where's Waldo? I had all of those books, plus like any of like the spin-off books, and I had the I Spy books, and then I never had those tubes of shit until I went to your house, and then I saw them there.
Those were really fun.
Oh, I used to be the queen of Bop It also. I was like, and like Simon or whatever, like any of those like memory games. You know what I'm saying? Like Simon was like they did a color, and then you had to press the color, and then they did like red, green, and you know.
That was good.
That.
What was it was like Guess Who, the game where you had the pictures, the faces or whatever.
I loved that game. You'd be like, does he have facial hair?
Yeah.
Yes, and then you're like, flip, 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 flip. Oh man, that game was so fun. I would play that. And like Connect 4.
Yeah, I was just thinking Connect 4, that's another one.
It's a good one.
Had like
Jenga. I would fucks with Jenga. Jenga's so tense.
I saw a Jenga set that is like the pieces, they are Tetris shapes, so it makes it even harder.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? Like the weird shapes.
There's like all kinds of like fucked up adult Jenga where like there's like dares and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I hated those.
I remember I forget what friend of ours it was in college. They had like a fucked up Jenga game where they wrote like a bunch of like really like raunchy / like stuff that would probably embarrass the fuck out of me because I'm very like shy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I remember she was like, yeah, like I don't know if you're gonna like actually want to like commit to playing this because I know it's gonna make you do things that are gonna make you really uncomfortable. I was like, okay. And like because I am just like a V shy little.
Yeah, not into those types of
but
things.
I would do it. Maybe if there was a fun one.
This is really basic, but like pick and sticks. You ever play?
The fuck's that?
It's literally just like a whole bunch of plastic sticks, and oh man, I can't remember exactly how you did it, but like you threw them down and they like land in a jumble, and like
you have a ball jacks.
No, it's not that. It's literally just like thin plastic sticks.
Yeah.
You had like a ton of them, like 50, and you threw them into a pile. and you had to pick them up one by one, but you had to... The one that you were picking up, you could not make any other sticks move.
Oh.
It's a stupid game, but like
nuanced.
it kept me entertained for a long time.
We used to play a lot of cards, and I would cheat.
Yeah.
I would play War, which is like one of my favorite games.
That's a simple one.
And like I don't cheat anymore, so if like we play, don't worry. But like what I used to do is like when I was dealing, I would make sure that I got a lot more. You need the higher cards in that game, basically.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
I would put them all in a row, like at the top of my deck, so that like they were all together. So I just like kick the other person's ass.
You fucking cheater.
I know, and then I got caught. So then I was like, oh shit, I must stop. I must retire from this game.
And we knew that, you know, I was the lucky one to have the elephant.
I know. I had Gator Golf.
Ooh, I had Gator Golf.
And I had Mr. Bucket.
Ooh, Don't Wake Daddy.
I didn't have that. I honestly don't know how I feel
That
about
one
it.
was a little terrifying. Gotta not lie.
I didn't like any kind of like pop scare. Like Jack in the Box, honestly, the original jump scares. Please make them not exist. Like that whole scenario is like just anxiety in a box. Like why is that supposed to be fun? I don't know. It's not geared towards me. I'll tell you that right now.
So I'm guessing you didn't like Pop Goes Perfection.
Nope, didn't.
By Milton Bradley.
I didn't even have that game.
I think I did have that. Yeah, I had that. Oh man, I was thinking of another game.
Do you have an Etch-a-Sketch?
Oh yeah, I did have an
Were you good at it?
No, I was not good at that shit.
I could write like hello.
Oh yeah, I mean like I could write basically, but it looked like shit.
Yeah, I didn't have any real skill.
I never played Boggle.
Is that the one where you like have like a bunch of letters? And...
It's like a 4x4 square. You shake it up, the letters fall, and then you try and make as many words as you can by like connecting.
Oh
like,
yeah. No, I don't
you have
think
like a time limit, and then at the end, like whoever had the most words wins.
I was really good at like Pictionary. I liked playing Hangman and stuff.
Yeah, Hangman's always a classic.
A classic. Sounds so wrong though. But yeah.
Oh man,
I guess we should honestly get back into binge time.
Yeah, get back into
back in. We were already there before.
So binge time, I don't know why we never thought to do this before, but we're doing what you guys are as the chunks.
Yeah, so what the chunks do, but with you guys involved. And so if you want to support this show, then you can sign up to do that at patreon.com/CoffeeWithChrachel. And if you're a binge, stay tuned. But for everybody else that's been listening, thanks for having a cup of tea with us today.
Yeah, I finished my Earl Grey. It was delicious.
Yeah. And if you have a topic that you would like to hear covered in a full episode, then you should hit us up on Twitter, which is CoffeeWithChrachel.
Or our personal Twitters.
Yeah. Or the old email, which is CoffeeWithChrachel@gmail.com.
Patreons, you got your page.
Yep. So, yeah, let's get into binge time.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out with us, guys.
Bye.
Okay, binges. We are, as we said, talking about you guys as cats.
Chris getting the laptop out.
Yes, me extending my words.
I love
as
this.
I
This
unlock
is
my phone.
It's just dead air, you know. Who is she? Oh my God, my cramps finally went away though. This heating pad, the true stand for Coffee with Rachel.
That's magical.
Honestly. All right, so are you ready for this?
Yeah. All right, let's start this off. We got Nicole, who is Lila nipping at her ankles to pay attention to her.
Carissa is when Squeezy is carousing down the hall.
Sloan Nolan is Lila slowly stretching after a nice nap.
Ray Vendero is the chunks absorbing a ray of sunlight.
Sarah Booth is Lila flicking off her booties.
Nicole Allen is the chunks always up to no good.
Allison Sense is Lila sensing that turkey is near.
Hunter Curtis is Lila hunting her Santa toy.
Megan Rackley is Lila getting trapped by the rack in my closet.
Skylar Medley is the chunks staring at the birds in the sky.
Taylor Collins is Squeezy calling the demons when he screams.
Heather Ann is Lila's animal instincts when she attacks a toy.
Sloan Fuller is Lila's chunky face, which couldn't be fuller.
That's true. Emma Corbeil is Squeezy rubbing against a corner.
Danielle Manus is Lila yelling at us to play with her.
Kate Convery is Squeezy having a conversation with himself.
Angelica Fleas is both of these chunks who don't have any fleas.
Yeah, that's right. Carolyn Arcees is Squeezy seizing the opportunity to eat this exposed tissue. Wait, that sounds really gross. We mean like a piece of tissue, like not like flesh. No. I wasn't even thinking that. So, okay.
Jennifer Cornwell is Squeezy's silky fur.
Sophia Cock is Squeezy getting cocky and making an ass out of himself.
Ash Rozelle is Lila's ashy markings.
Cody Castillo is Lila's head casting a shadow in the wave light.
Beth Fonseca is Squeezy awkwardly staring at us from the bathtub.
Cornelia Thulin is Squeezy lining his sleep spot with extra comfort.
Sophie Adams is Lila roosting on the sofa while we watch TV.
Jessica Comero is Lila purring when we comb her.
Christina Contreras is Squeezy's giant ass.
Megan Grint is the slight grin Lila's mouth has.
Jade Holden is Lila holding her foot as she cleans it.
Allison Dowell is Squeezy watching the dogs down on the terrace.
Catherine Simpson is Lila when she's simply done with Squeezy's shit.
Always. Bridget Carey Davis is Lila carrying her ribbon toy around the apartment.
Marlene Naj is Lila awkwardly leaning against a wall in an uncomfortable position.
Gio Castro is Squeezy's jovial nature as he takes a nice shit.
Taylor Van Eady is Squeezy eating his duck food.
Cater Liriano is Squeezy leering at us from all points of his life.
Rebecca O'Donnell is Lila backing Squeezy into a corner.
Kendall Berg is Squeezy burrowing into the covers.
Allie McGregor is Squeezy's gray blob motif.
Megan Grilly is Lila grilling us when we wake up.
Chloe Killip is Lila killing her breadfish toy.
Katie Hart is Squeezy's enlarged heart. That's so specific.
Ian Murphy is Lila murmuring in her sleep.
Cassandra Buckout is Lila passing the fuck out in the middle of her toys.
Maddie Pullman is Lila scratching her rope pole.
Amanda Marie is Lila murdering her teddy bear.
Jane Shell is us shelling out the big bucks on cat toys.
Always. Jackie Bergiulio is Squeezy always laying on our jackets.
Camellia Malky is Squeezy's chipper nature after having a meal of leftover receipts.
Always the worst. Caitlin Whalen is Squeezy wailing when he's had catnip.
Hannah Neely is Squeezy stretching one tender hand.
Lucy Ravenscroft is Lila chattering at a raven.
Cody Robinson is Lila robbing a magnet from the fridge.
So rude. Tegan Anderson is Lila's eager face when you rustle her toy basket.
Lauren Siobhan is Lila shivering after we give her a bath.
Taco Roach is Squeezy never being able to kill a roach.
Allison Francois is Squeezy who's frankly over playtime.
Haley Cadwaller is Squeezy trying to scale the walls.
Sarah Seaman is Squeezy managing to get most of his food on the floor.
Maddie Kendall is Lila who gets mad when woken up.
Dana Daly is Lila making her daily trek across us while we sleep.
Megan Wilson is Squeezy when he's willing to give you some attention.
Jackie Lampo is Lila looking stunning under the filming lamps.
That's so true. Claire Wood is Squeezy losing traction on the wood floor.
Kelly Adams is Squeezy's appreciation for you when you add some fresh filtered water to his dish.
Only the best for Squan. Hannah Peterson is Lila peering out to open a window. Wait. Lila fucking grasping the window and opening it. What I meant by that was Hannah Peterson is Lila peering out to an open window.
Jenna Gordonier is Squeezy's gourd-like figure.
Sasha Smith is Lila's sachet over to us.
Sarah is Squeezy's general scare in nature.
Bridget Dubin is Squeezy awkwardly bridging the gap between the desk and the counter.
Grayson Clark is Squeezy's beautiful gray nature.
How many times have we seen nature? Flynn Vance is Lila vanishing when she breaks something.
Hillary Gay is Lila playing a game of hide-and-seek with us.
Anna Hernandez is Squeezy's desolate stare.
Jennifer Holtz is Squeezy's concerned look when we hold him.
Courtney White is Lila's white fur on literally everything.
Elizabeth Doles is Lila after a bath, just like
not happy.
She is something.
Shelley Smith is Lila cozy in a nice shelter made of blankets.
Mackenzie Knight is Lila's midnight freakout.
Rachel Evans is Squeezy eventually jumping a small distance after mulling it over for quite some time.
You're really fucking it up.
Now, the rest of the chunks. the rest of the bitches are just, the chunks, honestly.
You guys are just the chunks.
That's all we have to really say about that. We got Stephanie Boscovich,
Allie Malone,
Mariah Hanna,
Kathleen Wynn,
Elena Barcia,
Zoe Yarnwick,
Elizabeth Hallbrook,
Hannah Mae,
Rose Barnett,
Jax,
and Megan Preyes.
Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys enjoyed that because we were giggling.
We just chunkified you, and I mean, honestly, what's
better than that?
Even the one that was taking a shit. I mean, that's Squeezy's happy moment.
That's still Squeezy's shit.
Yeah, and he's happy.
Thank you guys for hanging out and supporting the show.
And we'll see you guys in our next one.
Bye.
Bye.
That was a HeadGum podcast.